Saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for a place called Lee Hong Fook's. Gonna eat a big bowl of chicken chow mein. Ow, werewolves of London. Ow. Ow, werewolves of London. Ow. If you hear him howling round your kitchen door, better not let him in. Little old lady got mutilated late last night. Werewolves of London again. Ow, werewolves of London. Ow. Ow, werewolves of London. Ow. He's a hairy-handed gent who ran amok in Kent. Lately, he's been overheard in Mayfair. Stay away from him. He'll rip your lungs out, Jim. I'd like to meet Liz Taylor. Ow, werewolves of London. Ow. Ow, werewolves of London. Ow. Saw Lon Chaney walking with the Queen, doing the werewolves of London. Saw Lon Chaney Jr. walking with the Queen, doing the werewolves of London. I saw a werewolf with a pina colada and Trader Vic's, and his hair was perfect. Ow, werewolves of London. Ow. Ow, werewolves of London. Ow.
I'm Brian Priest, and you're watching Under the Lights Racing.
Welcome in, guys, to the UTR Live Studios. I'm your man, UTR Storm, and tonight I would like to welcome y'all to the virtual Homestead Miami Speedway, where we are having a 25-car field ready for action here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. After an incredible show last night in the Cup Series, I'm excited to be hosting tonight's Xfinity Series after a one-week break for the drivers. So, and I am not alone tonight for the first time this season, and I think in a long time. And for the remainder of the Xfinity Series season, I get to have Mr. LRS, an admin, as well as a driver in the lower series as well, alongside me for the remainder of the season. Luke, my man, what is up, and how you feeling?
Doing pretty good, Alex. What's up with you? You know, how are you feeling as well? I'm feeling pretty good.
Pretty good. After heard you had some MRIs done, so it's good to hear that you are doing fantastic this evening. Myself, just typical as always, but nonetheless, I am ready to put on a great show this evening. How you feeling as far as the excitement, as far as getting to be up in the booth?
Yeah, I'm very excited. You know, I usually am up in the booth for some F1 open wheel content. I haven't been up in the booth for NASCAR stock car content in a while, but I'm excited to do it here for UTLR, especially with these new big fields. It's going to be fun, kind of a little chaotic, but you know, me and you know what to expect, and I feel like we're going to have a lot of fun with it.
Oh yes, indeed. I'm very excited to have somebody alongside me Been lonely up here for the last few weeks, but it's very excited to have you up alongside. So tonight we head to Homestead. For the people that tuned into the POV streams, and sorry about not having a broadcaster last night. But if you tuned into any of the guys that were having a stream of last night's Cup Series race, it was insane. It was actually very chaotic, very racy, and amazing. Honestly, the next gen cars handle this track completely different than the Xfinity cars. Luke, you've had some experience with these cars at this track. What do you think we could expect here tonight with 25 drivers?
Yeah, the next gen cars are really different, obviously. Me and you knew how they drove last night pretty well. We finished both in the top five. I won the race, you finished fifth, and you probably should have won. But the difference in the Xfinity cars is you cannot really run all the lanes. It's kind of a one, maybe two lane track if you can hold the line properly. So I'm expecting drivers to probably bottom feed mostly tonight. And if they do want to try to make a move, it would be in the middle lane.
Yeah, so do you see the outside just not being able to wrap around at this track versus the bottom? Like, what would be the difference versus the top versus the bottom as far as it being a one lane track?
Yeah, so the top side in the Xfinity cars, you haven't driven them in a long time, but like you said, I have. It's so tight. The car is so tight. It's so much tighter than the Cup car, Gen 6 or Gen 7. And when you put it up against the wall or in that outside lane, you just can't get the gas down. Even if you try and wait, you just can't get it to happen, and you won't carry the speed on a corner exit compared to what the bottom does. So that's why I feel like some people will be scared to use it.
Well, I think we have some drivers in this field that, just may try it out. Granted, it may not work very long, maybe on like the restarts, and then maybe a lap or two in, then it's going to fall back into the bottom. But interested to see how it goes tonight. Heading into tonight's race, we have the top two, kind of a little bit of a breakaway in the points. We have Lance Peterson in the sixth, that is Weist. He is the leader right now and kind of dominant in the Xfinity Series. And then you have Ducky, Evan Hilton, nine car. He is only 58 points behind as we head into the sixth race of the season. Both rookie league. Obviously, Ducky is a returner in the league, but Weist a rookie, and he's showing his skills early on, as we've already seen this season. So, um, with that, I also know he's also leading the Rookie of the Year points, which is a plus. Um, but with that, it's gonna be an interesting lineup. Luke, you want to cover the lineup for us real quick?
Yeah, I'll go down the lineup for you, Alex. So we're going to be starting with Michael Shackelford. I think that is Garage God. He's on the pole with High Road second. That would be nice for the Joe Gibbs cars, Alex, to finish in those positions.
Man, it would.
They've kind of struggled, and I feel like High Road needs that momentum to build for him. My driver's back behind them. That's Evan in third in the nine car for GMS. Jacob Wilmington fourth. Jackson Stotts. That's your driver, Alex. What do you expect out of him tonight? He's starting fifth.
Yeah, right now Trackhouse is just trying to grow and mature these drivers. So, Jack Boy, level-headed driver for the most part. We're just expecting him to be a contender. Tonight, he's probably our highest and best driver we have on the team as of right now. So, I'm expecting at least a top 10. If he can get up into the top five, I think he has a car to at least try to compete, and we'll see what he can do tonight.
Oh yeah, and then to round out the top 10, we have Markin Brewer. That is another one of my drivers. That's Black Hammer. And then you have Dusty and John Dean. He's seventh. Flash is eighth. Deport's ninth. And Peyton is 10th. That's another one of your drivers, Alex. Two of your four drivers starting in the top 10. What do you expect out of your drivers tonight? Because they seem to have some pretty good qualifying speed, not too far off.
Yeah, well, and just like your drivers, they're we're less experienced with our drivers versus your drivers. Your drivers have a lot more league experience within UTLRs. As far as mine go, just those two are probably going to be my top two drivers four that I have on track tonight. So, from an owner's perspective, as far as team owner goes, I think the 10 car of Peyton Smith is old Peyton. He will be Probably a top 10 car all night long as long as he stay out of trouble. But he's only raced a couple of handful of races this season, so expecting him to start showing up and start putting on a good show. He does have pace, so we'll see if he can try to keep up with the top five or so drivers.
Yeah, moving on in 11th place, another one of my drivers. That's Nick Jensen, SP. He's an admin. He also is the leader of the Xfinity series. I think he won last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he
Or,
did.
well, not last week, but last race we had, it was a crazy finish. It was Cars-esque, if you could say. And then our Denny Drake. Um, then you have or that's not Mr. J. That is Danny Byerly. That
Ranger.
is Ranger. Yeah, there you go. Edgington's racing. That's the first time in a while for him. Tyler's racing for the first time in a while.
Uh,
We have Bardo Boy in 17th, Beeson in 18th, Yeti in 19th in the 11 car. Alex, what are your expectations out of Yeti? Because he's not a stock car driver. He is an open wheel driver. We kind of poached him from the F1 side through mine and SP's broadcasting, and now he's doing the ovals, like you said, kind of your own SVG.
yeah, this is just his second or third race. It's only his second with us on Trackhouse, and then only his third overall. So, you know, like you said, you have seen a lot more out of him from the F1 side of things. He's going to be a driver to watch when it comes to the road courses. I think he'll find some speed. But overall, the Xfinity cars seem to be a little bit of a better handling car for him. So, in some practices that we've ran. So, obviously, he's not going to be your top runner, nor maybe a mid packer here and there. But definitely showing his skills and trying to see what he can accomplish in a stock car.
Yeah, well said. Rounding out the top 20, load broke. I'm going to go through this fast because I think we're about to get into the race. Um, you have Dude Chef in 21st, Ian in 22nd, Wacky Zacky 23rd, Meso 24th, and points leader Weist lining up at tail of the field in 25th.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about the points leader, track like Homestead, to be starting in last place, knowing the speed and the capabilities that this driver holds that we've already seen out of him going into this race?
Yeah, it's so hard to pass, Alex. Last night we had to make so many strategy calls to get to the front half of the field. Like if you have the fastest car, you will be stuck. Even if you have, the talent level of Weist as well, you'll be stuck. So I think it'll be interesting for him. It's going to be hard. He's back there with all of his teammates. All three of the JD Motorsports cars are back there. Um, but it's going to be fun to watch him come through the field. Obviously, there will be a couple of cautions to help him get up there. He just needs to get the pace proper and just be a little patient and see if it works out for him.
Well, most certainly. And before we get into the race, Luke, you said you had some odds you like to go over for this evening's event.
Yeah, so SP made a new thing, the UTLR, the betting odds. Now, we did it for the Cup Series. We didn't go over it because we didn't have a broadcaster. But for the Xfinity Series, the first matchup is between Drake and T Comp. The voting obviously lopsided in favor of Drake by a lot. Alex, what do you think will come out of that?
I mean, it speaks for itself, man. Drake is pretty much he's been here. He's got the experience. TCOM, he's raced one other race in this league last season at Texas. Um, and he hasn't raced since, and this is his first race back. So it's just it's a clear motive. Nothing else to be said.
Yep, I agree with you. I think Drake's going to take that one. The next matchup, this one's interesting because you have sort of the dominator versus the underdog rookie. It's Weiss versus Jackboy. The voting, once again, even more lopsided than Drake and T-Comp. For Weiss, I do think Weiss will probably get it, even though he's starting at the rear of the field. He just has to be careful.
Yeah, Weiss is probably going to favor that one. I would not be surprised to see a little bit more of an even matchup come towards the end of the race between him and Jackboy.
Yeah, and then the next one and the final one, this is the closest one in terms of voting between everybody, Ranger and High Road. Ranger favored. Um, I I voted for High Road. I'm in the minority. I just think that his starting position will help him a lot.
You know, as much as I agree with you with High Road. I see the stance on it. He's definitely shown the speed. He showed it last night in the Cup Series at this track, and he's kind of been doing some subbing for as he's subbing for VG Dripslide in that 19 car tonight. But he has shown his little colors in the Xfinity Series, and he's going to be a great threat. However, Ranger, who's a full timer in the Xfinity Series, running top 5 in the point standings right now, he's definitely got some kind of momentum. I don't know what it is that has hit Ranger this season, but he's on he's on track for a good pace, and so I think he might edge him out.
Yeah, I like that, Alex. And something I want to mention before we load into this race. We've had 5 Xfinity Series races this season. We've had 5 different winners. Do you think we continue that streak?
Ooh, Luke, you know, I don't think so. I think we're gonna see a repeat winner tonight. I don't know who, but I think we're gonna see a repeat winner.
Yeah, I don't hate that pick from you. Um, 3 of the winners are the top 3 in the points, and then it's kind of spread out throughout the bottom half. Um, they're all in the top 10, obviously, but still going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I do think we will see a repeat winner. I just don't know which one it'll be.
Yeah, well, we got 100 laps around this track to figure it out as we now patiently wait for the invite. Haven't got one yet from SP. See, they have loaded in, but we'll see if he remembers this time. Bro tends to forget, or he wants to wait till they're on track.
Yeah, it looks like they've loaded in.
Hey guys, so the chat is open tonight. We're here to chat it up with y'all as the race gets going. Okay, he's inviting now. I can tell.
Yeah, because I
So,
messaged him and said, invite us right now.
yeah, he pulled up the pause menu, so he's definitely getting it. There it is. All right, guys, we're going to go trackside for the most famous Florida motorsports, and we'll be right back for the green flag.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The race starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Alrighty, guys, we are back and loading into this race as we get ready for tonight's race here at Homestead. Once again, Weist comes in your points leader, ahead of Ducky by 58 points, and have him start from the rear. So we'll see what he can do tonight. He's gonna kind of be the one that we watch. But Luke, who is your pick tonight before we go green?
Yeah, I don't know, Alex. I saw a lot of promising things for a lot of these drivers in the Cup race. It's gonna be hard for me to choose, but I told you and I told the broadcast there might be a repeat winner. I'm gonna go with a new winner, and I'm gonna go with the 19 of High Road.
Interesting enough. I think we're going to see a repeat, and it's going to be Dusty Stud that gets it done as we get ready to go green. Luke, you are the lead broadcaster, so you take it away here.
Yeah, here we go at Homestead, Miami. Race 6 of the season is underway. It's a good jump from Garage God on the inside with help from Ducky. Alex, would you rather be on the bottom or the top on restarts like this?
You know, I would rather be on the outside, but as the race goes on, we might see the change happen depending on how these cars handle.
Yeah, and you can see back in the back half of the pack, they're already 4 wide going into turn 3, trying to figure out who has a fast car right now. As you can also see the 6 car, Alex, of Weist, who started in the rear of the field, already up 5 or 6 spots on the first lap. Oh, wrecking on the front stretch.
Trouble already. Wacky
Yeah,
Zacky
cars
and
around.
the 92 of Ian around.
Yeah, load broken involved as well. They're going to throw the caution here next time by. Already a caution. So they're racing back for that lead. It looks like Garage God Gonna try and defend from Ducky, and here comes High Road.
Yeah, Hyro trying to challenge, but he's going to go with his teammate in that 18 car. Going to pinch Ducky up to the outside. It's not going to work a drag race to the line. Caution will be out for the first time.
Yeah, and Alex, a refresher on the rules here. New rules this season. We no longer have MGR. We also no longer have the 3 cautions before we go single file rule and the 20 lap period. It's just flat out 6 cautions now, and it'll be single file for the whole race. That's the first one.
Yeah, already on the opening lap. Looks like, hey, there's no replays, but it looks like that Lowbroke and Ian may have got into it, and it was just kind of Wacky Zacky kind of stuck on the bottom as a bystander.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it kind of looked like Lodebrook hit the outside wall, came down and hit Ian, and it just pushed him and Wacky Zacking to the inside wall.
So pits will be open this time by the drivers. 4 laps now into this race. The first stage being 22 laps. So do you think there's going to be any strategies here this evening?
With tires, yes, because contrary to the Cup cars, tires matter in these cars. You have to really just be on your game and push and have the newest stuff for it to work out for you. So yes, tires will be the big deal. It looks like you can hold 28 laps of fuel, so they did not need to pit here. So I think that further validates that they're pitting for tires.
Yeah, and one driver I'm going to kind of be watching this evening is that number 99 of Tyler, wildcard Mert there. As like we said in the pre-race, this is his first race back. Seeing how he performs this evening across these group of guys, he kind of talked to me pre-race, talking about how he's ready, he's excited to be back on track, and he's excited. He was shocked that he was mid-pack in a 25-car field. He's like, this is probably one of the biggest packs that he's been a part of in quite some time in any league. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he works this 25-car field.
Oh yeah, and when you have big fields like this, if you're starting mid-pack or further back, as we know, Alex. Oh, they're wrecking under caution. 21 around.
Oh God Almighty! Of course it would be. And he's probably gonna go up and show his displeasure to whoever.
Yeah, I think it happened in front of. Yeah, he's pulling up, probably back to his spot.
Yeah, it looks
But
like
Alex, somebody played strategy here. The one car, newly rebranded one car, a Flash, took 2 tires. Only driver to do it.
Yeah, interesting by Flash. See how he thinks that it might hold up. I mean, might as well figure out early, and then so that way you know to not make that mistake later on.
Yeah, and we're going to be coming down to the choose cone. You got to make it clear and obvious. Looks like Flash is going to go low. Garage God to the top. Ducky low. And I think that is, yeah, it's very split.
Well, I was on board with Jack Boy coming out of turn 4, and he was already on the outside, and then waited to see where everybody went, and I just thought he was going to choose outside. Ended up cutting low right before the line.
Yes, Alex. So my question to you would be, this is a very interesting scenario. We have teammates on the top, we have teammates on the bottom.
Ooh.
Would you rather be on the top with the Joe Gibbs cars or the bottom with the GMS cars?
You know, those GMS cars have shown speed this season, so I would not be surprised to see those GMS cars go. The only downside is we know the outside of those Joe Gibbs have 4 fresh tires versus Flash, who has those 2 tires. So it's going to be pretty much 6 versus 8.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, Alex, we're going to have another restart here. We're going to have about 15-ish laps to go, probably 16, I think, actually, in stage 1. And we'll see if the 2-tire strategy pays off for Flash. This time we're going green in the box. Flash can jump whenever he wants. Ooh, you see Jackson back there getting a little out of shape.
Those drivers,
But here we go.
try to learn how it goes. Back in restart zone. Here we go.
Great jump by the outside lane. The 18 of Garage God and High Road got a great jump. Ducky is not on the rear bumper. A Flash going into turn 1. So we'll see how this plays out. Looks like the top side a little disorganized.
Ooh.
Flash. Oh!
Already have Deport goes high, allows for a 4-wide move off of 2 with Jackway on the bottom, and Edge soars out ahead.
Yeah, they do. Jackboy with a good move to hold it on the bottom. He's just letting them all use each other up, and he'll drive right through. But Flash is going to lead the opening lap from the green, from the drop of green, with the 2 tires over Garage God, and looks like probably the 19 of High Road.
Yeah, High Road and Ducky. The only thing is Ducky, he's one of those guys, like, he likes to beat around a little bit. Like, he's not afraid to use the bumper, and he's had a little bit of some issues with a few of these drivers on track and up here towards the front. He's talked to me personally, he's got some differential opinions with High Road and Edge, so it'll be interesting to see how he works alongside those cars.
Yeah, 3 wide for a second. The Joe Gibbs cars working together to take the top 2 spots, and Flash and Ducky not really working together. That's a little weird because they're teammates and friends.
Ooh.
Oh! High Road got into the wall, checked everybody up. Now somebody's stuck in the wall.
That is Edge, who is stuck to the outside wall. Pretty much did what you did last night, just hung it to the outside wall, didn't want to get in the way of anybody. Now he's going to have to work his way back up to the front after that P3 spot that he was holding on to.
Yeah, Alex, personally, little contact in the back half of the pack there. Last night, I told you Garage God is kind of underrated. He's really good in that 1-lap pace for qualifying, but in the race, you don't really see it. Something also to mention, here comes Weist, already up to second.
Where did he come from? From the last to first challenge.
He has the power of TikTok on his car. Oh, High Road just full sent it into the back of Ducky. Alex, you mentioned they don't like each other.
No, they've had feelings on and off the track. High Road being a little bit aggressive, and that is, driver right there underneath him is not one that he wants to be aggressive with. That 21 car back behind him. He's going to go high. He's going to be 3 wide off of 2 with Flash and Jackboy in the middle.
Yeah, you're right. And I was going to say, as we get further into this run, people are going to get looser, especially that 1 car, Flash, who only took 2 tires.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that Flash is holding on and hasn't sunk as much. I mean, I was kind of interested to see how a 2-tire strategy would play with these cars. And shockingly enough, he's actually holding decently well.
Yeah, Weist going for the lead on Garage God right now. He's on the bottom. Garage God on the top. The run's coming on the bottom, in the middle of the corner, but on exit. Oh!
Contact.
Yeah, Weist takes the lead over Ducky. Ducky's being aggressive. He's going to the bottom, and here comes Dusty.
Get a little breakaway, and Flash is holding on to that group right there with those 2 tires. Side by side with Weist and Ducky.
There's a crash on the front stretch. Knockdowns around. Somebody else around as well. Bardo Boy. They might throw the caution for that. Not too sure.
Yeah, it looks like Knockdown was around. Just kind of did a 360 and kept on going, so it'd be a tough call. Oh! If we don't see another one. 36 a Ranger and somebody else made contact.
Yeah, I think it was Ranger and the... Oh, and a big crash in turn 3. 2, 3, 4 cars around.
And...
That's going to be a caution.
Ian caught up in it once again.
So his load broke, knocked down. They'll throw a caution. Yeah, caution's out.
Yep.
Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. People are confused. Garage got into the wall. They're racing back to the caution.
Yep, there's obviously some confusion on which lap they were throwing the caution. I think they probably caught it late. People said they were wrecking, so they thought they were racing to the line that time. I'm guessing leaders probably had already passed the start finish line by the time they were wrecking.
Now the caution is out, and it's Weist over Ducky, over Dusty, over High Road, and Jackboy.
And you know whose benefits? The number 1 machine right there. Running, looks like P6. And now he gets to pit for 4 fresh tires.
Lots of pink cars in the field, by the way. Breast cancer awareness. This is one of our last races in the month of October.
Yes, it is, and a lot of drivers have been very kind to support it. A lot of them have done every single race that they race in. It be the trucks, the Gen 6 cars in Cup, and the Xfinity cars. They've all been supporting of it. Um, I know Flash has been one that does it in all 3 series. And it looks like Dusty has just lagged out.
Well,
I'm
that's
looking at Dusty's
unfortunate.
screen, and Dusty has lagged out indeed.
It's unfortunate. He was running P3.
Yeah, he was. I saw him disappear as I was on board with Flash, and yeah. Extremely, definitely. Unfortunate for him. But good thing for him is that he is not racing for the championship in Xfinity anymore as he moved up to the Cup Series this season.
Yes and no. I kind of heard only half of what you said, so I don't know how to respond to it.
Dusty running for the championship in Cup, so it's good that it doesn't really matter much for him. Because he's
Oh
racing for
yeah.
the Cup Championship and not Xfinity.
This race for the Cup drivers who are racing in the lower series is kind of just for fun, especially because it comes after the Cup race, so you're not really using it to practice because you already did the Cup race.
Yeah, and one driver I'm kind of interested to see is this driver in the 11 car, right outside of the top 10, sitting in 11th in the 11 car, Mr. Yeti.
Yeah, I saw him earlier too. He's kept out of the mess. I'll give him that shout out. He's kept out of the mess and trying to possibly get himself into the points here at the end of the stage when it ends here in just a couple of, well, not a couple, but a few laps.
No, you are right, indeed. Get ready to choose this time by, and Ranger, I guess, stayed out. He is now P3. Again, Ranger, kind of an underrated driver. He's been very solid in the Xfinity Series this season. So, interesting to see where he goes and what he does here tonight.
Well, he chose the bottom, and now he's going to restart on the front row with High Road behind him.
You know, as much as I'd like to say that's a good thing that Howard's behind him, but Howard's been pretty aggressive, so I'm interested to see how he performs with that 19 back behind him.
Yeah, Alex, so when we go green, when we cross the line, it'll be 5 to go in stage 1. Now, that strategy for Ranger could work out. We saw it work a little for Flash. He just has to be really aggressive and hope maybe a caution comes out after he takes the lead.
And it's always possible. We could see another caution before the end of the stage, and which would result in possibly ending the stage under caution. So we'll see how it goes. Weist is going to be on the outside, and Ducky, who has been respectable with Weist, starting right behind him. A good solid lineup on the outside, honestly. You got Weist, you've got Ducky, and then Jackboy, and then Flash.
And Drake behind them as well. He finished second last night in the Cup Series.
Yeah, Drake, another underrated driver here. You get ready to hit the Geico restart zone.
Yeah, the Geico restart zone. Maybe we should start calling it the Esports Racing Network restart zone as we're back green.
Interesting. Like
Good jump from Weist.
See, in those times like that, that's whenever I'd want to be on the outside. Depending on who the leader is and if they stayed out, they took 2, they took 4. I want to know what they're doing. If they have a better launch and I know they're going to get up on that wheel and go, they're definitely outside on the restart.
Drake hit the outside wall, checked up a couple drivers behind him. That's propelled Tyler and Yeti on the inside lane into the points bank positions.
Oh my god, is it real?
It might be 4 to go, I think.
Ranger got really loose.
Yeah, and respectfully did not shoot back up the track, just kept it down there and waited for a hole. So good racing by him. But yeah, 4 to go, contact between Tyler and the 0 car of Meso.
Yeah, Meso making, he's only been in here for a few races now, so can't wait to see how he performs tonight. With the 15 car out back behind him.
They're coming now to 3 laps to go, and there's still an intense battle for the lead. Weist, Ducky, and Jack Boy, and you see the move being made by Flash to go to the inside for third.
Yeah, and Jack looking on the outside, trying to look strong and steady. See what he does here. If he's going to set Ducky up, maybe.
I like the move from Ducky to keep it high here. Forced Weist to be aggressive and move to the bottom. Ducky's going to get the run off. Will he switch low? No. 2 to go.
Flash is trying every move he can. He dives it into the bottom.
It's
But
kind
the
of
outside
working for
is
Flash.
stick. Here comes High Road up the middle.
Good move by High Road. He's going to try and back out a little bit there so he doesn't kill Jack Boy. Jack Boy almost to the outside of Ducky. He is to the outside of Ducky.
The outside's been the lane to go. Jack Boy's going to let off and let Ducky have it. Maybe he's going to try to help push him and get 2 Weast as we come up to the last lap of the stage.
Yeah, last lap of the stage. Weist looking for the stage win. And he has won 5 stages already this season. This would be his 6th if he could hold off Ducky. Ducky has won 1 stage this season, so he desperately needs those playoff points. Let's see what he can do in the turn 3. He sticks it on the outside. He goes in really deep. See if he gets the run off. Weist on the bottom gets the middle run. Comes out of the corner, and he is going to win stage 1. It's his 6th stage win of the season.
Nice job by Weast. Last to first in 1 stage in 22 laps is all it took, with with 2 cautions. Not bad. Not bad for the top 10. Weist gets first, Ducky in second, Jack Boy in third, High Road in fourth. 5th is Flash. And SP's controller just
SP's controller died.
There we go. 5th is Flash, 6th Edge, 7th is D-Port. We haven't talked much about him. 8th Garage God, 9th SP, and rounding out the top 10 is Drake.
Something must have happened in the back, because Yeti was up there.
Yeah, he was. I was trying to also figure out who that 15 car was. I forgot the switch that happened a couple days ago. Dude Chef to the 15 car. So get ready for stage number 2 here.
Yeti stayed out. Yeti is the race leader.
Ooh.
As we come back to green. He leads on. See the TikTok car, the stage 1 winner of Weist on the outside. This is going to be something.
This is interesting. I don't know, maybe he just missed the button by accident to confirm his pit stop, or maybe he's trying something, being bold.
It's not working too bad. They're just bailing on him. I mean, he's holding the line pretty good.
Like a 90 of edge,
Oh,
back
Jack
up in there. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is going to be something right here. 4 wide, 3 wide.
What is
Somehow
this?
they're alive. Weist is gone.
This is a cluster back behind the race leader.
Uh-oh, and it might hurt Yeti the most. Oh, Jack Boy. SP's passing people on the apron. What in the world?
There's no out of bounds.
This is a cluster.
So,
Yeah, there is no out of bounds, and they somehow made that work. There's still 2x2. It looks like a formation lap.
this is a solid effort by.
Oh!
Oh, I spoke too soon.
Yeti's around. Oh, that's going to be a big crash.
Big one. Yeti's upside down in the air.
Oh, my goodness. Yeti and SP had contact, and Yeti got turned back up across the field, and everybody behind piled in. You see Knockdown involved again. I think Dude Chef was involved. So was Drake.
Man, I was just
And a
about to
couple
compliment them on a job well done after that cluster in turns 1 and 2, and nobody killed anybody. And then it happened. But how is it the fact that these drivers were so good and were holding 3 to 4 wide with a cluster pack back behind leaders, managed to stick that out, and they get 2x2, and then they wreck?
On the straightaway.
Gotta love it. Third caution
the third
of the
caution.
night.
Yeah.
4 laps into stage number 2.
Yeah, this stage much shorter. Obviously, people will pit here. You don't have to, but obviously they will for the tire advantage.
Yeah, tires being the crucial point here this evening, clearly. Now, granted, a couple drivers are being bold and trying to tire op as they try to gain some track position, like we saw last night. Drivers trying two-tire strat to try to get extra track position because it's key at this track.
Yeah, I think it could work right now. They only ran 3 green flag laps, so obviously they didn't lose that much in terms of tire wear. So I think a couple of drivers could take 2 here and possibly make it work.
Let's see who all goes in and actually gets two tires. Looks like SP with the ERN on board is going to take 4 tires.
Which is interesting because his left side tires are still above 95.
Well, the 18 of Garage God out really early in front of everybody else. I'm willing to bet he took 2 because he came out a whole with a big lead coming off pit road.
Yeah, and he's like the only one that took 2.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I thought more people would have took 2. I would have took 2 right there based off of what me and you and everyone else did last night.
Fair enough.
Yeti saying, wait till we see his view of that crash. So I assume he got pounded by somebody and went flying like you saw.
Yeah, I saw him up in the air doing somersaults back there in the back. So one driver to note on these cycles is the driver sitting in 6th place right now. That is Outlaw in that number 5. He has been quiet but deadly. We saw him win a couple races last season, maintain a good steady pace throughout the season. Right now in that P6 spot, right ahead, or right behind the 90 of Edge.
Yeah, in 3rd place on 4 tires, on pace. Last season's Truck Series champion, Deport. We haven't said his name too much, but he's up there now.
Yeah, Deport is an interesting topic. I mean, he can either be really good or really bad. So tonight, I guess he's choosing to be good. Because with him, there is no, I can be good. It's choosing to be good.
Yeah, I like the choice from Deport, by the way, to go up behind Weist. Obviously, that 18 car, the control car on the bottom, but, you know, Deport just doesn't trust the tires on the restart. Ducky does, though. I mean, maybe Ducky will go 3 wide.
And don't be surprised if Ducky tries a 3-wide option if it's given to him. Trying to look farther back here. A couple of these drivers, like I said, Deport up at the front. Edge and Lowbroke have joined the group towards the front. Obviously, a couple of drivers out in the back of the field that are not really keen to these cars yet. Obviously, you can tell Yeti first time at Homestead in this group of field. T-Con back there also as well. Peyton in the 10 car and Dude Chef. All those guys kind of the first timers in this league and on this track. So expect to be back there as we get ready for the restart.
Yeah, back to the restart zone. The race leader has never won a race. Weist has only won 1. Stuckey's won 3 Xfinity races. And we're back green, and not a good restart from the top. That's not what Deport or Weist wanted to see.
Now Deport's going to fall back just a little bit. He might gain a little bit of time back on this restart zone once they get back up and going. But, well, yeah, see right there, it's working out. Ducky shuts the door on Deport.
Not shocked there. Nobody really races Deport with much respect. I mean, he does have kind of a big mouth, so, you know. What a move by Weist to get to the outside of Garage God. Oh my goodness, I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, riding on board High Road with a good view of it. Ducky trying to follow in pursuit. High Road moves to the outside to try to go with that outside lane. Oh, and
Ducky got into the wall.
Ducky pinching Deport, and
oh no! Oh no! Back up the racetrack, Zaki! Oh my
yep,
goodness!
there's the big one.
He did his best Kyle Busch impression. Caution's out. That's caution number 4.
That all started from Deport trying to look to the outside, and then it didn't work, and Ducky then try to pinch Deeport down. Contact was maybe between Ducky and Deeport. Not really shocked, but unfortunately it caused a melee and a stack up behind.
Yeah, everybody pretty much got through it, and then Zachy, when he got spun down into the grass, bro just didn't hold the brake and slid back up in front of the whole field.
Almost like a
Unfortunately.
Corey LaJoy moment.
Yeah, with Kyle Busch.
Yeah. Well, as we hit the pit stops this time by, you see Ducky stays out. Some split decisions here. We'll
Very
come back
split.
to the choose cone in just a minute. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. Be right back for the choose cone and the rest of stage 2.
He accidentally backed out. Your voice does sound, it just randomly started sounding a little robotic.
Donald Trump accepted his third Republican presidential nomination days after an assassin attempted to take his life. President Biden has just announced that he is ending his re-election bid. Kamala Harris has now earned enough delegate votes to become the Democratic nominee.
This is a brand new presidential race.
They don't like each other. Then
In a nation
Jack
divided,
Boy.
two very different candidates facing off. A vice president with a meteoric rise, who shattered barriers along the way. A former president with decades in the spotlight, always determined to be the winner at any cost.
And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Two fighters
Do not throw up our hands when it is time to roll up our sleeves and fight for who we are.
one seeking vindication, promising a return to greatness.
And we will make America great again.
The other seeking to move beyond the past, promising a greater future.
But we are not going back.
The Choice 2024, Harris versus Trump.
I'm gonna have a good thing when we come back from commercial.
Alrighty, sorry about the disruption in the side-by-side. Got back into the race, and as y'all saw, of course, election day coming up. Go out there and vote, make your voices heard. November 5th coming up shortly, and I know many of you want to have their voices heard.
Yeah, you need to have your voices heard, whether you like it or not. It's time to get out and vote. We need to vote in who we believe. Get out there, write in, do your mail-in ballots, go vote on election day. Here we go, Alex. I don't know if you're there. We're coming back green in stage 2 with 8 laps to go. Green flag back out.
Yep, green flag out, Flash on board with him on this restart. The Edge trying to make it 3 wide.
Edge trying, and Jack Boy's up there too. He was in that pole competition with Weiss, remember. Oh,
Ooh.
interesting stuff from Ducky there. Kind of just squeezed Jack Boy up into the wall.
Ducky not
Look at
making
Flash.
many friends tonight.
Yeah, I don't think he really cares about.
Oh,
contact
Garage
into
God.
the barrels. Oh my goodness, he hit the barrels and the wreck-in again. There's a wreck in turn 3 as well.
Dude Chef around in turn 3. Garage God around in the front stretch.
And load broke.
Caution number
I think
5
we're
will
racing.
probably come out.
I think it definitely will come out, and I think Ducky's got the advantage here. Yes, he does. Out of turn 4, Ducky leads us to the 5th caution flag of the race. We're only in stage 2.
Looks like Jackboy may have edged Ducky for that second spot. Yep. He definitely did. Caution number 5 on the evening as drivers
Oh,
starting to be a little bit more aggressive here.
speaking
Only
of
stage
aggressive,
2.
Jack Boy. We talked about this, Alex. You told me about this too. Jack Boy likes to show his displeasure with people. He pulled up and started bumping Ducky. Obviously, not happy with him putting him in the wall. He's still pushing him.
Yeah, knowing Ducky, he knows how Jackboy does. He just shows a little bit of a side bump or a bumper contact. Something different that I've seen from all the drivers. They all have their ways of showing things and showing their displeasure, but Jackboy does it kind of the way that a real NASCAR driver would. I mean, he just kind of goes up and gives a little bump, says, "Hey, man, I didn't like it," and goes on about his day.
Yeah, similar to something I did to One Bad a couple of weeks ago. He got into me, I got into him, and then very un-One Bad like he responded and said we got into each other and that's over now. So, you know, it would be nice if people were more mature like that.
Yeah, Ducky just has that extra aggressiveness, and always like to try to be aggressive and be the aggressor. So, um, trying to hold his true colors and try and stay up front, and it just turns out to be a late block sometimes. Um, I don't know if he's feeling the best or not. I know he may not be 100% behind the wheel tonight, as I know he's battling illness. So, props to him for even coming out and racing with us.
Oh yeah. Something unfortunate too, Alex, to mention. We've had so many cautions and so many accidents. We haven't got to see the new pit road.
No, we have not. You want to kind of explain what we could expect if we get a green flag run?
Yeah, right here on the left-hand side, you see the yellow lines that lead into the access road. You're going to have to start using the access road into turn 3 now to come into the pits. You can see it all the way down there on the inside. It feeds you right into the pit lane. This is to eliminate, the access out of turn 4, which causes accidents a lot. It has done it about 3 or 4 times recently, and we don't want that happening. You also have to use the access road on the exit, come out of turn 2.
And if drivers do not obey that order and they are caught, then they will be forced to do a stop and go right here on the bottom of the track, anywhere in the blue section along the front straightaway.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to be going green here when we get to the line with 3 laps to go in the stage. It's going to be crazy.
And y'all thought that we've seen aggressive. If we're going green with 3 laps to go. We'll see the true colors come out of these drivers when we go back green.
Yeah, we definitely will. Weist is there third. I'm interested to see how he races. Ducky and Edge don't get along together. They're first and second. Jack Boy not getting along with Ducky. He's behind him. So we'll see how that all plays out.
Now, one thing I'm interested is that number 90 and that number 6. We saw them
Yep, I
make
was just going to mention
contact
that.
in at Indy Roval, and so does it carry over? Do we see a little bit of a bump back from the 6 to the 90 for a stage win?
Possibly. You never know. I mean, people do hold those grudges. I held that grudge last season against one of my own teammates now. So we'll see what happens. It would be the 7th stage win for Weist. It would be the 2nd for Ducky. It would be the 4th for Edge. I think 4th for Edge. I don't know. I'll check that as we come to the restart zone. Ducky picks up the pace a little bit, catches some people off guard, and gets a good jump. Highroad kind of jumped the restart back there. You see the run he's getting. He chose to not make a move to the inside, but he definitely waited to maybe jump it. Here comes Edge to the inside. Will he clear out of turn 2 onto the backstretch? Yes, he will.
Yes, he does.
And Jack
and they're wrecking back behind him. They're wrecking.
Yeah, they are. There's a big wreck back there. I don't think SP will throw the caution. I think they'll tell him to just run it out because we're coming to the white. Or we're coming to 2.
Coming 2 to go.
This might be for the stage win. I don't know. Edge and we side by side. They're going to race it.
Yep. Weist out in front.
Bumped Edge. I don't know if you saw, Alex. He definitely bumped Edge coming out of turn 4.
Oh, definitely. Trying to get the advantage going. Edge
Good
up to
restart.
second. High Road trying to go under.
Good restart for High Road.
Contact
And they're
made.
marking. Ooh, my goodness, great car control. Is that Drake in fourth?
Oh my God, it is.
Well, it's the white flag. It's stage number
And
2.
Yeti might be going for a couple stage points along with the number 10 of Peyton. And I spoke too soon. Never mind. Oh my God,
There's a lot
everybody's
of
getting
movement.
loose.
Yeah, side by side for second. And
This is for the
sliding
stage
up,
win.
gets into High Road. Yeah, the stage win for the 7th time this season. And to sweep the stages today, Weiss gets it done.
And High Road edging Edge out for second. SP caught up in that melee.
Oh, and a huge wreck out of turn 4. The 0 car of Meso, the 15 of Dude Chef, the 18 of Garage God.
One interesting top 10 there. We saw Edge in third, High Road second, and don't know the rest because SP will not bring it back down.
Yeti got 11th.
Yeah, Yeti got 11th, Knockdown in 10th, Ducky in 9th, Peyton in 8th, and Flash in 7th.
Apparently, that accident was caused by somebody being aggressive, who I'm going to assume. Well, SP's dead last, so our onboard will be fun to watch for him, but it's Weiss and Edge, 1-2, High Road third, and we are back green. Look at that restart by Edge. Oh, and then
what a restart.
The outside wall. It was a good restart. I don't know what happened. The car just jerked to the right, and he got into the wall.
Now Drake in that 74 machine, haven't spoke about him at all really, and now he's up inside the top 5.
Edge fallen from second to 22nd. Now
Wow.
23rd, now 24th.
Drake to the bottom of Jackboy there for that 4th position. Here comes
my race win pick. High Road to the inside for the lead. Alex, who did you pick to win? I forgot. Weiss?
Yeah, I picked Weiss.
Very interesting. Both of our drivers are up there. They're 1-2.
Great battle back behind him with Deport and Drake.
Yeah,
and
they're
even
trying
Jackboy.
to settle that out. Yeah, Jackboy's trying to get it done on the high side. It's kind of working.
I believe that is Ducky back behind. Yeah, that is Ducky back behind Drake. And Peyton inside the top 10 in that number 10 Ford Trackhouse. He's finally starting to kind of come alive.
I'm on board with our in-race camera of SP, our in-race driver, the ERN.
Yeah, you know what?
Car cam.
Let's go live on him. Pull up the ERN cam of the night here. This is SP with the ERN cam. Back there behind Ranger.
And now behind Jay. SP must be feeling like, what the hell am I doing wrong to be behind Jay?
That's be one of his problems, but SP just been caught up in a lot of issues tonight. He's been back there all race long, and yeah, like you said, it's not really, I mean, he's got more talent, but yeah, he's back there having to battle. I'm like, dude, why am I battling with a driver who's barely even a couple races into this league?
And while we were on the ERN in-car cam, High Road took the lead, and Weiss is falling back.
Out turn 4 there, you see.
Oh! Ducky in the wall, or is that Deport?
That was Deport in the 38 car. Weiss to second, High Road in the lead. Drake on the bottom. They are 3 wide. Drake clears Jackboy. And Weiss in the wall. Weiss and Deport both.
So. Look at that move to the inside by that white car. I think that's the 89 of Knockdown.
Knockdown trying to make it happen. They're 3 wide, still back there. Deport backing out of it, thinks better of it. Knockdown a little loose off exit. Wacky Zacky kind of up there now. Trying to look for a top 10 finish.
know who's really fast right now and moving up through the field up to second place? Drake, the Cup Series second place finisher from last night.
Yeah, Drake has shown speed this season. Like, he showed his colors like the last month and a half last season. Got a multiple second place finishes in the Cup Series, almost won a couple races in Truck and Xfinity, and he's still showing his colors into the 6th race of the season here at Homestead.
Yeah, we're just after the halfway point now, Alex. They're going to have to pit, I think, probably twice here, and it's interesting that we haven't seen a caution yet.
You
The
better
next
shut your
one
mouth,
would be
Luke.
single file.
Shut that mouth, man. We have been green so far. Don't jinx it now.
Yeah, the next one would be a single file restart. So, a lot of drivers don't want to see that. Weist is losing a lot of time. He's lost the front pack.
Yeah, and we didn't bring it up in the pre-race, but last night's Cup race was on the low draft. This is the normal draft package this evening with a 2x tire wear. So nothing out of the ordinary. It's not one of our crazy races.
Shout out to Flash. Look at him making a move to the inside. He's trying to pass his former car and former team, the one that he drove for you.
Yeah, Flash made a move over to Petty GMS. Obviously to be with you and the team after you already have him locked in as a driver in the lower series. So it was a solid move for Flash to leave Trackhouse and go over to GMS. And that's where we brought in Jack Boy and kind of made him the Trackhouse driver.
Yeah, and High Road is pulling away. Oh,
Jack Boy went for the crossover, did not work out. Now he loses all that time and momentum. Now Ducky to P2 and Drake in P3.
I don't know how Jack Boy thought that move that he tried pulling off there was going to work. It kind of just looked like he sailed it off in there and did not check up enough.
Yeah, he already had the momentum going and the position held. No need to force it farther in than what you already were.
Oh, yeah. I'm impressed by High Road right now. Very impressed.
Yeah, we've talked about it before, Luke. We've said that High Road has pace. He just isn't the smartest about it sometimes. And tonight, he's shown his colors in the Xfinity Series a couple times this season already, and he's shown to be a contender of the top 5. But now here he is at a track that he has told he's told a few guys that Homestead is a good track for him. And it showed last night in the Cup Series. He was up there for a little bit, able to compete for the lead. And here he is leading here at Homestead and Xfinity.
And I'm almost positive he's not in this car all the time. This is, I think, a sub opportunity for him.
Yes, it is. He is the owner of Joe Gibbs Racing, and one of his drivers could not make it, so he is a sub for tonight.
Yeah, he's making it work too. Ducky's coming with pace. Look at Drake, 3 wide for the lead.
Yeah, that bottom's not going to hold as well unless there's contact made, which there is.
Drake backed out of that. He did not want to be involved. High Road he's been racing pretty clean tonight. I don't know if he'd respect that much from Ducky.
Yeah, we'll see how he thinks of it with Ducky. A little contact there between High Road and Drake now. Got a lap car way up ahead. Oh, it might be the 0 of Meso, maybe?
Yeah, I think that is the 0 of Meso. Must have spun on his own and got some damage.
With
Drake's
Ducky,
making that bottom work.
With Ducky, you have to earn his respect. I've learned that the hard way. He ain't just going to hand it out.
I earned it the easy way. I earned it the easy way because I never got into him and he never got into me, and he told me that you earn his respect by racing him, by the way you race him, and if he doesn't like how you race him, then that's it. Oh, it's the 92.
Yeah, that's 92 of Ian. Granted, this is like his second race this season with very, very, very limited time on the track in these cars. So he's had a lot going on. Just moved out to North Dakota, actually, to partake in his career, so his broadcasting career. Congrats to him on his future, as we are on the Shape Your Future 300.
Yeah, and Alex, this is interesting because I was in the shoes of High Road once. You were in the shoes of High Road once. Racing the League Elites for your first ever UTLR win, and it's stressful.
It is very much so. I still get stressed whenever I'm in the lead because I don't feel like I'm near as competitive anymore. So whenever I have a chance to be in the lead, like last night, I ain't gonna lie, I was sweating with like 20 laps to go, as if it's my first career win. Because I'm not a winner in like High Road. We aren't winners week in, week out. We're not top contenders every single week like you and Ducky and others. So to be up in the front is a huge success, and it takes a lot to maintain up in the lead pack and be alongside your elites.
Exactly. And when I was in the position that High Road's in, when I was struggling in the trucks and couldn't win, I put together the races where I had the pace, like you mentioned with High Road, he has the pace. Is there a caution? There's a caution.
There's a caution somewhere.
I
Sixth
wouldn't
caution of
doubt,
the night.
this isn't a shot at anybody, but I wouldn't doubt that it was possibly involving Ian as he was getting lapped by somebody.
Yeah, I know he's been kind of on the struggle bus here this evening, so would not be surprised by that neither.
Well, as I was saying, the thing with High Road, he kind of reminds me of me. I was just never that aggressive. Um, you have the pace, you have everything you need to put it together, and then you just don't. It just never comes together for you. People get into you, and you just got to move on and try it again. I tried really long and really hard to get far in the league. Obviously, it's working out for me pretty well. I won my first race in season 3. I started in season 2, and now I'm second place all time in wins. So, you just got to stay on that route, and you just got to stay fast and competitive, and you just got to not let it get to your head because, like you said, Alex, how did you feel last night when you were about to win that race? You probably felt great.
Oh yeah, I mean, hell, the leader spun or lost fuel, and he was out of fuel, and it was mine to lose, and lost it. So there's that. Um, it happens, and the stress gets to you whenever you're up there battling for the win, and you thought that you were like somebody like me. I thought I was good on fuel, and a lap later, I'm not good on fuel, and I knew I was running out on that last lap. It was just a matter of when, and it was not enough.
And that's heartbreak. Somebody who always experiences that heartbreak, lagged out of this race, Dusty, always has a problem
Always
with stuff like
Dusty.
that. And something interesting for me, I'm not like old. I've never dominated a race. I've never led from start to finish. I never won every stage in the race. There's times where I've won both stages and not the race. There's times where I won neither stage and got 0 stage points and won the race. One day I would like to dominate a race, as would anybody. But everyone has their own ways of doing things. I feel like my way of doing it, similar to High Road, is just letting things happen. You don't force things to happen. You just let it happen and you take advantage.
Exactly, and as we have reached our limit of double file restarts, so we will be going green next time by, and it will be single file from here on out. And that could change things, honestly. With High Road out in front and Ducky in second, now you won't have the opportunity to make the outside work. You won't have the opportunity to make the inside work. Now it's all about where's the guy in front of you go heading into the corner.
Yeah, and I mentioned, Alex, you can hold 28 laps of fuel. We have 33 laps to go. Luckily, Clater's not in the field, so nobody will really be saving. So we have one more pit stop.
Unfortunately, we do have one more stop to go. Some guys came in and topped off the fuel thinking they could make it all the way and try and get a little bit of an advantage maybe. get a caution, and maybe they can stay out for one caution before they have to go back in and fuel up.
Exactly. Well, we're going to be going green here in the box. High Road has never really, well, I'm sure he has a couple of times, but he's not used to restarting in the lead, especially during single file.
Yeah, it's a new territory for him, so we'll see how he can handle it. And what does Ducky do? Is he aggressive early, or is he going to be patient behind this 19 car?
I don't know. He's looking like he's laying back a little bit. Now he closes up with everybody else, and now we're back underway. Good jump from it looks like everybody.
Yeah, very
Makes the
clean
first
restart.
It is Ducky. There he goes to the inside. He'll probably wash up here. He's clear anyway, so it won't matter if he washes up.
And just the draft is what helped surge him around the 19 of High Road. Now Howard's got to be patient but aggressive. As we saw last night, you and me were very patient, and it worked out for us. Just stay in behind the leader, work your way, and just ride until you know the time's right. But these drivers we know are not going to probably do that. Drake already trying to make a move already.
Yeah, last time by on the backstretch, Weist put Flash in the wall. He's falling outside the top 6, top 7 even. And Weist is up to 3rd.
Yeah, we're trying to challenge back and see if he can get that dub here this evening, but it has not been the easiest of races for that number 6 machine.
It looks to me like Weist has really good short run speed, and the car dies on the long run. Oh, Ducky with a mistake.
Whoa.
They're 3 wide for the lead. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. That could
High
have been
Road
bad.
trying to clear Weist. Not going to happen, but Weist did clear the 9 of Ducky.
Ducky's struggling a little bit. High Road's clear if he wants to slide up.
And look who is behind Ducky. The 15 of Dude Chef has now made an appearance into the top 5.
Didn't he finish like 4th last night?
I believe he did.
Yeah, he has not raced much in UTLR, and he's making the most of it. Here comes
3
Drake
wide
for the lead to the inside.
And Dude Chef following in pursuit. And back behind them is the number 61 of Wacky Zacky.
Oh my goodness, they are so tight in that 3 wide battle for second. Drake with a power move to go for the lead.
He's going to have help from High Road, maybe, maybe not.
High Road washed up, not giving Ducky much room. And it lagged, he lagged into Dude Chef. Here comes Wacky Zacky in the 61. Oh, Dude Chef.
Dude Chef ain't going to like the way that happened, but it's happened a lot of times off turn 2. You get, car just gets snappy loose off 2, and you try to save it, it just doesn't work out. You end up hitting whoever's below you, unfortunately.
A name we haven't mentioned much all night, except for when we were on the ERN camera, is SP. He's worked his way into the top 10. He's in the lead pack.
Now we go back on board with SP here with the ERN cam. You see him riding right there in 10th, right behind Meso and Flash. Working really good. Not being patient though, as you can see. He's kind of riding the outside right now, being patient. Looks like he's kind of late getting into the gas, coming off exit. He's not really getting the gas much in the middle of the corner.
It's kind of the same problem with High Road. His car looks really tight. So he's kind of struggling around that bottom lane. He has to get back up to the top, but Wacky Zacky is there going for 4th.
Yeah, Wacky Zacky in 4th. Drake for the lead, trying. Ranger's kind of back up into the picture.
Oh, yeah. What a valiant effort by Drake. He's holding that thing on the inside. It's working. It's been working for him all night on the inside. He's been fast the majority of the laps.
He really has. We'll see if it can work out in the long run. Ducky's actually got respect for Drake, so he'll give him some room. He'll kind of let him see what he can do. That's one of the few that's not on Ducky's hit list.
Splash. think he got hit by SP, his teammate. Comes Ducky again. I like this little charge by SP, Alex. It's kind of slow and methodical, but it's working. Slowly but surely.
Isn't that what SP usually does?
Oh, Ducky to the outside wall. Oh my goodness.
That was contact between him and Drake. Looks like, I don't know, it was hard. Like, Drake gave him room, but Ducky kind of got in the quarter panel of Drake, but at the same time, it looked like maybe he just got loose and I just held it up in the wall.
Well, now, if I'm the field, I'm concerned because now we just lost the second best car who was helping us keep up with the leader of Weist, and now Weist is on an island by himself and pulling away.
Yeah, indeed. But this has opened up the door for a interesting top 5, though. Besides Weist, you got Drake in second, Wacky in third, Jackboy in fourth, and that is Meso in that 0 car up inside the top 5.
And I think that's Edge and then SP behind them.
Yeah,
it is.
It is.
I'm honestly, in my head right now, rooting for Drake. Come on, Drake. Has Drake ever won in UTLR? I think once, right?
One time, I think.
He won a truck race? I'm not sure. Let me go look.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'd double check on that one because I know he's been close many times out. I think he got it done one time. Or maybe we thought he had won and then he lost it. I know he almost had Michigan one time and literally lost it just due to a drag race on the front stretch coming to the line.
Drake has never won in UTLR.
I didn't think so. Like, I thought he might because he's been close many times.
He's closing in on Weist. Pulling the rest with him. We're coming at 20 to go. They still have to pit.
If they can get grouped up, Luke, then I think they might have a shot. They can get, but I mean, like I said, it also comes down to this last pit stop. I think whoever peels off first might be the one to watch for the win.
Yeah, out of the top 4, maybe even top 5, whoever pits first is going to be the one who's the favorite, but they just have to maximize what they can get out of their car on pit exit.
Drake definitely coming with a charge, and Weist has changed his line to block the low line because Drake has been dominant on that low line.
Homestead, Alex, in our league, has particularly been one of those tracks where you just see the underdogs perform. Our Denny has won a pole in the Cup Series here. Hack has won here. I think he got his first career win. Caution.
Caution out once again. And it couldn't have come at a worse time because Drake was coming and I was ready to see that challenge.
Now it's going to be even crazier. I do think it was going to be between Drake and Weist for the win, but now the pit window's open. They can all make it on fuel. It's just going to be who's going to, throw the hardest punch when, push comes to shove.
Well, and now this interesting top 5, possibly even top 10, more or less top 5, once they pit, they're all probably going to come pit road, get 4 fresh tires, and so everybody's going to kind of be equal. So now we're going to have to see these drivers, and they're going to be all lined up on the exact same strategy.
Deport and Ranger look like they're not happy with each other. He turned up and then tried to turn down into Ranger, and then now Ranger turned down into him and spun him out. Now they're closed back up together, though.
Ranger and Deport have had a couple little mishaps together this season already as is, so.
Not shocking. Anyway, pit time. Everybody's going to take 4 here. You can't take 2.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. You have to take 4. You might be able to cut your fuel down, obviously, but that's about it.
Will Weist win the race off pit road? He won the race in. Looks like he's going to win it out. Drake maintains second. That's important. Looks like your guy Jack Boys in third, Wacky Zacky fourth, Meso fifth. They all held position.
Yep. Jack Boy actually gained one spot. He was in fourth behind Wacky coming to the caution.
Interesting. Let's look throughout this top 10. It's Wacky, then Meso, and then who is that? Is that Yeti? No.
No. There's, let's see. Got the 90th Edge behind High Road.
Who's in front of High Road?
That is Meso. Wait, no. In front of High Road, that's
No,
Edge.
that's Edge.
That's Edge.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to burn a lap, I think. That's what we're supposed to do.
You see,
It's
one
just a
guy
little
we haven't talked about since the first half of this, or the first quarter of this race. Back there outside the top 10, just barely, is the number 18 of Garage God. Performed very well that first little quarter, and now hasn't been inside the top 10 really all night long since.
Yeah, he, unlike a lot of the people up front, has not been able to avoid all the carnage. And that's how you get in the back. Happened to me last night. I got turned into the inside wall where Carl Edwards did and flew over the grandstands. So, yeah.
Crimson tuned into the stream saying, what the heck happened? I literally stepped away for 20 seconds and boom, there's a caution. You know, we were kind of shocked as well. We were all like, well, caution's out. Don't know what it's for, but okay.
Well, Alex, this is where the money is to be made. This is where your legacy is to be made. And will Drake get that first ever UTLR win? Will Jack Boy get his first ever UTLR win? Wacky Zacky.
Also, first UTLR win if he can do something. Meso has only won one time.
Weiss has also only won one time in the Xfinity series. I think he's won once in the trucks as well.
Yeah, so like maybe 3 to 4 wins across the top 5.
Yeah, Meso has 2, Weiss has 2, so there's only 4 wins in the top 5, but we're going to go green with 16 laps to go. We'll see who's going to capitalize and win in Homestead. Alex, I was talking about this before that caution came out. Homestead in our league has produced rookie or underdog winners in all aspects. Pack has won here. Ardeni's won a pole here. Could Drake or Jack Boy or anyone else get their first win here?
I don't know, but here comes Drake on the inside. Contact between those two.
Jack Boy tried to capitalize and it didn't work. He got blocked by Drake. Drake can fill up in front of Wacky Zacky, and he does. They've shuffled out Jack Boy with 15 to go.
It's very interesting to see this number 61 car up in the front of this field, or in front, towards the back, or towards the front of the pack. Jesus. Usually we're used to seeing him in the mid pack, so kudos to that 61 machine.
And the 18 car got into the wall in the back half of the field. Jack Boy sliding up, almost up in front of, and he does get in the hole. It messes up Zacky, and Jack Boy
and he
gets in
kills,
and up. Oh my goodness.
Pile up in the back.
I don't know if that's a caution. Only one car spun around. Oh, and now they're wrecking. Gordo Boy around.
Yeah, to say, I think that's going to definitely be a caution.
It'll be interesting to see how they police it. SP's the only admin in there, so we'll see what happens. They'll probably say caution.
Probably.
Yeah, it's
yep,
caution.
Caution is out.
Alex?
Yes?
I told you I liked the slow, methodic march from SP. He's up to 4th.
He is making that charge. I mean, it's it's patience, and SP is actually one of the few drivers that actually does have patience.
A lot of people, you know, when you think of SP, you think he's crazy and tries to be funny and doesn't have patience. He tries too hard. But if you know SP personally and you've raced him before, you know he's patient. You know he'll wait for the proper time. You know he has the pace. It just needs to figure out when to use it. This is a good example.
Yeah, he's been in the back all race long, and now here he is trying to get maybe a podium or maybe steal a win.
Drake just sold his chances at a win. He's the only car that stayed out.
You know, maybe he's banking on a caution because he knows how these races go. Usually it gets a little bit of a caution string going, and then we get like the last few laps are usually green flag running. So maybe he's banking on a caution.
Will anyone take two? We've seen the two tires work for about 2 or 3 laps.
And that might be all you need to make it to the next caution.
Looking on board with Weiss to see if anybody takes two. Looks like Loadbroke is taking two. So is Yeti. So is Knockdown and Flash. So Loadbroke is the leader on well, he's going to be second place on 2 tires. Yeti is going to be third.
You know, that's an
Alex,
interesting
what are we
move.
about to see?
This is something.
Yeah, and you know why I kind of like taking the 2 tires? It's a single file restart.
It is, and which means that these drivers in the front are going to have the upper advantage compared to the guys that are on 4 who have to race their way around them and use up their tires.
And you know what? This might be a perfect time for the ERN cam because SP's on 4 tires right behind Weiss, who's also on 4 tires, and they got to try and pick their way through.
Alright, this is almost for the marbles. Interesting play calls. Said ERN cam of SP back there in the 8th position for this restart.
My controller died. I don't know if you were talking to me.
All good. I was just talking about SP in the 8th position.
Yeah, Wacky Zaki on 4 tires in front of him. Weiss on 4 tires in front of him. So it's no tires on the leader, 2 tires on second place, all the way back to the 5th place, and then it's 4 tires. Alex, this might be, honestly, one of the craziest strategies we've seen since Bristol last year in the Cup Series, where Mole plowed his way to the win.
Yeah, you had to bring that one of all strategies to play out, but yeah, it is. So we'll see what happens here. Drivers that are not normally at the front, except for Drake. The other guys have been kind of in the mid pack and want to play their cards, see what they can do. They've seen it work before. Luke, let's find out what happens here.
Yeah, the only problem with this strategy, we're going green with 10 laps to go. Here we go, back underway. Yeti did not get a good restart. That allows Loadbroke to pull away up there with Drake, who took no tires, and nobody has ducked out yet. We'll see what happens into turn 1. No moves really were made. Yeti gets shuffled up the track, contact with Knockdown.
Here comes
This is
Weiss on
working
the
good for
outside
Loadbroke.
flash.
This is working good for Loadbroke. Weiss is moving on that top side.
4 tires paying
Now he's
off
down
for him.
Yeah, now he's down to the bottom and trying to get to the inside of Yeti for 3rd.
Oh!
Oh, and
Contact out back behind. They keep it straight.
And he comes back up the track.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Beeson
That's
over.
most certainly a caution.
Holy. Oh my god. If you saw what I saw, Wormy was mid-flight.
To the inside of Draco's Loadbroke, and Weiss is trying to get to the inside to go 3 wide. Who's going to be the leader at time of caution? Weiss with the run on the 4 tires is going to be the leader.
You know what? A charge by Weast. But now it opens the door for a lot of opportunity.
I kind of agree, Alex. And something interesting, Yeti is really. I'm not trying to shit. Oh well, I don't know if I can swear. Sorry,
No, it's
this
all
might be
good.
a Christian server.
No, no
I'm not
worries.
trying to, poop on Yeti, but his track record is not really there. He has not done anything. So for him to be able to hold the pace that he has right up there, he's in fourth. That's where he restarted.
Yeah, bro has no track record in these cars, at this track at least. So good for him. We'll see how it holds up. Pits will be open, and
Yeah.
this is going to be kind of a money stop.
I don't think anyone's gonna pit.
Wow, I'm shocked that Drake didn't pit. Like I
Yeah, this is
know
pretty.
it would make sense. Like I guess it wouldn't have made sense if they pit if they had two tires. It makes sense to stay out, but Drake on old tires. Now you're just that much older tires than the field. You lost 2 spots in a matter of 1 lap. Definitely would have came in.
I was really thinking about of what I will say when I call the win for Weiss because, you know, I just don't know if the two because there's 3 cars behind him that are on 2 tires, and then the next car has 4. That's Flash. So this is going to be hard for anybody but Weiss to win this race. Now I was thinking of what I could say that would pull in his sponsor and the racetrack. And I was thinking about saying TikTok Homestead o'clock,
Ugh.
but that's like a Mike Joy thing.
Yeah. That sounds like a Mike Joy or Larry McNugget combination. Like a McNugget. Crimson in the chat said, "Boo, that's bad."
Yeah, it is bad.
Unless we go
Yeah, we're
uh, wake up in the morning feeling like P Diddy
sorry.
on the clock, TikTok,
Oh, yeah.
Katy
Cash is in the
Perry.
lead.
Crimson may not want
Well,
me as
Alex,
a team owner now after saying that one.
we're going green with 5 laps to go, so there will be no more cautions. And that's why I
Ooh.
think this is in Weist's hands, because the next 4 cars behind him are all on 2 tires or no tires, and then it's SP on 4.
Yeah, that's why I don't agree. I guess you could stay out, um, but yeah, I just don't feel like a call by Drake to stay out. I don't like that call. I really don't. But I get it because it's under 5 to go. You can't have a caution once you go back green. But you have a guy in front of you that's already surging out. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, what I would do here, if I was load broke, you know that you're not going to keep up with Weiss on pace. So you're going to have to make a move in turn 1. You're going to have to wash up a little bit and just get him off his mark and allow the people behind you to start making runs to kind of, hold Weiss back.
Let's see what Lowbrook does. He sucks up to the bumper. We get ready to hit the restart zone for the final time.
Green flag. 5 laps to go. No more cautions and a good restart by Lowbrook. He does not make a move to the inside. He thinks he has the pace to keep up with him on the 2 tires. But look at the gap Weiss just puts in the middle of the corner.
Weiss just overall so much better, and the 4 tires showing their colors.
Yeah, it's going to work out good for Weiss, it looks like, unless he makes some type of mistake.
Yeah, Lowbrook way off his rhythm in the corner, and here comes Drake back to the inside. Doesn't look quite
4
yet.
to go.
There he goes.
Look at Yeti. Yeti's waiting back there, looking to make a move, maybe for second place. Look at Yeti. I'm
Look
kind
at
of
Yeti.
impressed.
Oh, and Outlaw on the wall. Yeti up to P3 now, coming down to 3 to go.
Yeti, hello? Who is this? Here comes SP, but too little, too late.
3 laps to go. It's SP and Yeti.
Yeti's trying to get under Drake, but he's also blocking SP. SP knows he has the pace.
Oh, he's got Deport back behind him.
Oh! How did SP save the car?
Deport gives Yeti a tap to the bumper. Yeti up the track.
Yeti up the racetrack. 2 to go for Weist. Ooh, Yeti with an aggressive block on Deport.
It's going to cost him, though. Here comes Dude Chef underneath him. Yeti blocks almost down into, I think that is Flash.
Well, Weist is going to come out of 4 to the white flag with an insurmountable lead, Alex. And he won both stages, had the fastest car on the short run. Looks like it's going to pay off for him.
Yes, sir. White flag in the air. Last time around Homestead. Late running. And the 4 tires call actually paid off for the first time. It worked out in Weist's favor. Here he
back
comes.
behind Weist. They're 4 wide for a top 5, and there goes Deport down the inside of Drake for second. But Weist, for the second time this season, comes out of turn 4. He's going to win at Homestead. Drake, for the second race in a row, finishes second at Homestead. It's third for Deport.
And Yeti just barely misses out on a top 5. But 6th overall. I mean, can't complain. His first time in this Xfinity car at this track, and you finish 6th in a 25-car field. Not going to complain.
Yeah, very nice for him.
Top 3 interviewers for tonight, though, is your winner, Weist, in that 6th car. Second place of Drake, once again. And Deport's in that 3rd spot.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, and we'll be right back. We're going to go get our interviewers, and we'll be back for post-race interviews. Y'all stay right here. Welcome back, guys, to the post-race interviews. What a chaotic race that we just witnessed here this evening at Homestead. Looked like it could have been maybe an underdog win, and lo and behold, the 4 tires pays off in the last couple of pit stops, and the strategy calls were went to the ground and exploded in their faces, and Weist pulls out victorious through all of it. Weist, you grab your 2nd win of the season, and it comes at Homestead. How you feeling about this one?
Man, I'm so happy. I I knew I had the fastest car, but there were definitely some contenders tonight, especially Drake. That guy was flying. But when when we got to that last caution and we passed pit road, nobody went in. I don't really know why. I figured I was making the wrong decision, but it clearly was the right one, and that basically just handed it to me.
Yeah, so I want to talk about that battle, kind of with you and Drake, because we noticed that once you got in front, you saw even though he was on old tires versus your Ford, you knew you'd probably outlast him, but he had a couple of chances of racing you back and charging up to you in that late running. And we saw where you went to the bottom to block that run. Uh, was it the fact that you knew that he has been good all race long on that bottom side?
Yeah, definitely. He had gotten to my inside a few times before, and he was able to make it work more than anybody had down there. So I knew I had to try to keep him away from that because I felt if I had him on the top side, then he was going to have a really hard time getting around me.
Yes, and we saw a great battle even before the set of pit stops and all the cautions started happening. Drake was actually had the run. You pulled out, and then Drake slowly closed that gap. What was your mindset before that series of cautions came into play?
At that point, it was going to be a tire strategy race. So I was kind of worried about saving tire, but even when I was trying to pull away from him, I couldn't. I knew at one point he was out of the draft, so he definitely had enough speed to get it back. And from that point, he was able to just close right up to me. Yeah, he he probably had a faster car than me on like the long run when we were equal, like tires wise. So I kind of got lucky with that caution there at the end because I had newer tires.
Indeed, you did. And last but not least, just the overall concept of this race. You started coming the points leader, 58 points ahead of Ducky, and you leave out the winner, so you're going to gain some points on that as well, and also in the rookie points. But the fact of the matter, you started dead last, and you did the last to first challenge. In the first 22 laps, you came in, you went from last to first in 22 laps and won the stage. You repeated and swept the stages, and you swept into the race, and you didn't have the best car. You had a top 15 car, but like you said, there were so many contenders on track tonight. How did you manage overall having to compete with these other contenders?
Yeah, I feel like early on I definitely had the best car, but everybody just slowly got better and better as the race went on. And I realistically, there was probably about 5 people that I felt like could have beat me. But I mean, if I could make them all fight each other, then I could drive away. That's kind of what happened at the end there. If I just manage the lanes and give, say, the inside line the draft on the straightaways, then in the corners, the outside lane will prevail, at least on corner exit. And in theory, they should stay side by side for a good amount of time.
Well, solid race by you, my man. Congrats on the win. Before we let you go, any shout-outs to you tonight?
Well, of course, my handsome commentators slash admins, my team owner, INF, all my teammates. Those guys are awesome, man. They're such good people. They're good people to be around. And I don't know. I guess shout out Waterburger. Get you some Waterburger. I mean, you know that by now, right? Download TikTok. It's better than Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. So it's definitely worth your time. Yeah.
Well, your team owner in the group chat or on the live stream putting out there Pookie Bear won. So congrats on the
Yep.
win, least win number 2 on the season. We'll see what you could do next week.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yes, sir. And I head it down, or I'm going to hand the mic down to Luke, who is on pit row with our second place runner up.
Yeah, Drake, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Drake, last night you finished second to me, unfortunately, and tonight you finished second again, and you honestly had really, really good pace tonight. I would even say probably one of the fastest cars, maybe the second fastest car. Um, aren't used to seeing that from you. How did it feel? And how does that help your confidence moving forward?
It feels good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I've turned into the new you for second places because I guess ever since what 5 or 6 races to go in last season, I started running a lot better, and it's continued to keep on going that way. So the wins were coming. It's just that last pit stop, I didn't know. I wanted this pit, but then I was the way the cautions was at first. I figured there might be a lot of cautions there toward the end, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting you stayed out with no tires. It worked, obviously. I'm kind of shocked it worked that much, so you could hold on to second place. But yeah, congratulations. You had great pace. Is there anyone you would want to give a shout out to tonight?
I just want to thank y'all for everything that y'all do over here, and appreciate y'all letting me race over here with everyone. And it's just fun every week, you know, getting better and better every week, and being able to run up front. It's it's gotten real fun here in the past few months.
Yeah, I could agree. It's been really fun. A lot of new people, a lot of new faces and new places as well, like you up at the front. So congratulations once again. Keep up that momentum. It's always fun
No,
seeing you up front.
I'm gonna try to appreciate it.
Yep. And now I gotta walk over to the third place finisher, Deport. Deport, how are you doing, buddy?
Oh, it's been an eventful night, that's for sure.
Yeah, Deport. I also think you were one of the fastest cars tonight. You just got caught up in a couple incidents with
Yeah.
Yeti, with Ducky, with yourself, a few other people.
Yeah.
But you were fast. You got up there to third. Take me
Yeah.
through the night.
Yeah, really all night the car's been was fairly good on the short board and sort of medium run what I had, but once we had that final long run, I found out my car was not really what it needed to be. It was basically on ice skating rinks. I basically spun myself out there, and it was only me. And so I was just holding on for your life. I was hoping for a caution. I got the caution, and I tightened that thing way up. And after that, my car was, it felt, even on long runs, I was able to still make consistent lap times. I was actually, I think there in the long run, whenever there was like a big split, I was catching the leaders in the single file pack on my own. And yeah, I knew I had a fast car and that stuff. It's just more of just strategy of when do I need to pit and when I need to stay out so I don't get involved in the back because you have a couple guys out here who basically can't hold a line, and they basically, if you look almost every single time with the wrecks happened, it's been them. That's been in it, and I mean, I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not gonna say they're all bad racers. Just it's coincidental. They're all. You just don't want to be back there because more likely your night just gonna be ruined because they're usually in a three of they're usually in a cluster like a 6 or 7 cars. So it's hard for pass. But anyway, that's end of that. But anyway, I'm just glad I have speed finally. Um, I know this past couple weeks I've been sort of mid pack, but it's because I've been getting involved in wrecks and that stuff. And finally, Homestead's been one of my good tracks, and I finally was able to stay up front for most of the time or fight my way back up. And yeah, I had a fast car, and shoot, if I probably had maybe 10 more laps, I I hopefully probably would have got around Drake and try to run down Weast because I know me and him there before I sort of spun out there. Me and him were just basically we were just going back up through the field whenever both of us hit the wall, and I knew I had a fast car. I know he has a fast car, but it didn't happen. But anyway, but still good job on there on Weast for your win. Also Drake, hell of a run, man. Like I said last night, you are now officially the new LRS. So LRS, you may want to give up your crown and give it to him. I don't know if you want to do that, but yeah. And yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll think about it because I don't like having that crown. That crown is shitty, so maybe
I
I'll hand it
understand,
on.
believe me.
Yeah.
Mr.
At least
Second
somebody
place.
understands. It's ridiculous.
It does. It sucks to run second and just second or third or second.
Yeah, well, congratulations, Deport. Congratulations, Drake. Good job tonight, guys. Nice job too, Luis.
Thanks, buddy.
And with
Alex.
that, post-race interviews are wrapped up here from Homestead Miami Speedway. It's going to be an interesting week next week as the drivers of all three series get to compete at Phoenix in the Cup and the Xfinity Series, and the trucks had a schedule change. They will be moving their race at Kentucky up to next week, so that way we can have the election night off, and so that way we are not interfering with your night on the screens. So Kentucky for the trucks next Tuesday night at their regular time, and then we'll have the Cup and Xfinity Series at the Phoenix Raceway. Fun week overall. We're excited for it, and getting right back into the action. But Luke, it was so awesome. Hope you had fun in your first NASCAR booth event.
Yeah, I think we did a good job going back and forth. I had a lot of fun. It was a good race too. It was chaotic. I had a lot to talk about.
Always is in Xfinity Series. These guys put on a show. They do great, and it's always an interesting winner, or it's always a typical dusty choke. So, uh, but next week will be awesome. You'll see myself back in the booth on Tuesday night for the trucks, and then Ian will be in the booth on Wednesday, followed by myself and Luke on Thursday. So until then, guys, take it easy. Have a great night, and happy Halloween.